Good evening, people, and welcome to PixelSports Goal Table Football Podcast. I am Tathagata. I am joined here by Gigi and DJ is with us live from Qatar. As we all know that we lost the match today. It was an historic day, historic match. Our boys put valiant efforts, but alas, in the end, we could not win the match. I will be going straight to DJ. DJ, what was your overall impression on Stimache's team, first 11?
See, honestly, everyone was surprised. No one expected Deepak Tangri in the first 11. Right. Subhashish, we discussed in the previous episode. We might. So, his inclusion is not a surprise in that position. Even Manvir's inclusion in place of Mahesh also makes sense because of his height and physicality. But yeah, we were surprised by the starting 11 initially.
Gourab, you want to add to that?
Well, I think obviously the inclusion of Deepak Tangri, it did pay off in the first half. The first half performance, I would say, was a completely historic performance by the Indian team. None of us expected. In fact, the link-up play between Apuia and Changte on the left wing was, I think it took the Australian side by a lot of surprise. And it paid off in the first 10-15 minutes. But obviously the starting lineup could not be expected in the middle of the pitch, and that was completely exposed in the second half. I would like DJ's take on the historic first half performance, because the first half performance has to be kept in mind.
Man, outstanding. In the first half, the score was 0-0 against this Australian squad. I don't have any words to explain. I'm still not over it. First and foremost, I would like to apologize to Deepak Tangri. His workload, whatever comments
we all should apologize to Deepak Tangri.
Whatever comments we passed in previous episodes, we didn't know this was coming. His workload, his overall contribution were significant in this match in the first half especially. He won the majority of the duels. He tackled successfully, and no one from this Australian squad dribbled past him. I don't know.
Yes, no one could go past him.
And I think Subhashish was also immense in the first half. Subhashish, not only in the first half, in the entire match. For me, Subhashish was the man of the match. If from the Indian perspective, and he was immense. No balls or no individuals went through him in the first half, right?
I think, in my opinion, that DJ, I want to say that Sandesh Jingan fought throughout the match. He was missing his regular partner Anwar Ali, but still, I think for my man of the match was Sandesh Jingan. He blocked almost 9 or 10 shots.
Build a statue.
One cannot disagree with
Build a
Sandesh
statue
Jingan.
of him in Delhi outside AIFF building. That's it. Nothing more I want to say.
Blood, sweat and tear all went to it.
Okay, but obviously the end result was not what we were expecting. All of us went into the second half with a lot of expectation that the Indian team would put up a valiant effort, but where did we go wrong? I think for me, the first mistake, a true mistake committed, not the first true mistake, I'm sorry, in the first half as well, there was a very shaky moment by Gurpreet where he passed the ball and there was a completely open net, but in the second half that mistake proved to be extremely vital.
And DJ, I want to say that you were very close to the field. What I saw in the television, Gurpreet was looking like he was a bit nervous. Did the big occasion got to him?
But in first half, he was good. He was good, and second goal, Apuia also a bit slow, and he was not able to catch the Aussie player. Gurpreet, yes, the attack from Australian side, Gigi was saying, that was a huge mistake, but they have not converted. I want to add one thing. If Chetri scored that header in the first half, we were 1-0 up against this Australia side. So
which would have been
Huge, it
huge.
is huge. One goal against
And we were
Australia.
discussing, right? The best chance of the first half actually came to us. The Australian side could not create anything from open play.
No,
in the
nothing.
first
That was
half.
like one.
They only tried to capitalize
Yeah,
on our
one
mistakes.
single mistake by Gurpreet. Otherwise, if you see the attack, overall play, and everything, of course, position would be less against Australia. India's position would be less. But overall, I was very happy. Everyone was like,
Midfield performed pretty well. Do you think that Stimac caught the Australian coach Graham Arnold by surprise? But because we all discussed in our last episode that India will park the bus, they will build two blocks of four. But India did not approach that match like this.
you have to appreciate Manveer and Changte for this one. And of course, Arnold was a bit surprised in the first half because he was not, he didn't expect this resilience and this kind of overall gameplay for this Indian side. And again, I'm saying, right, it was very difficult to hold the fort against this Australian side for 90 minutes. It's very difficult, but nothing nothing I could say at this moment. I am happy. If you are asking me with this 2-0 result, I'm happy.
DJ, I want to ask you another thing. Did we lost the game tactically? You were so close to the field. We saw Graham Arnold was very frustrated, very animated down the touchline area. Was he that frustrated in the actual
I
match?
think Gigi or you can explain it better because what happened, we are at the one corner, right? We don't see overall pitch formation and what is happening on the other side. It's very difficult. But yes, see, they were expecting an easy match, and it didn't happen.
No.
No, well, for me in the first half, the Australian team was frustrated. In the first 15 minutes, they could not build anything. Then they tried to have long balls. They had a lot of set piece plays. They had a lot of corners. I think 12 corners in the first half itself, which is huge. But all of them were dealt by either Sandesh Chingan. We should
Also
also
Rahul
talk
Veke,
about
yes.
Rahul Veke. Yes, Rahul Veke was immense in the first half. Shubhashish, Nikhil Pujari cleared the ranks one or two times. Everyone
Nikhil
was
Pujari and
chipping in.
Suresh, these guys kept that left back of theirs, Aziz,
Yes.
at bay for a very long time.
Yes, but the one thing they were not doing in the first half, the Australian side, they were not attacking from the middle. Ground play through the middle, they were not attempting that. And yes, I know that Deepak Tangri played really well in the first half, but in the second half, that hole was exposed. In the second half, when they started creating or finding space in the middle, then the Indian side could not come up with answers. There were waves of attacks from the middle of the pitch. And I think there the complete match changed. It was a tactical, not masterclass, but it was a tactical tweak by Graham Arnold, the Australian coach. And honestly, the Indian squad lacks that depth. They did not have any answers. Also, we should, I think, here talk a little about the late substitutes.
Before we
Yes.
we come to that, I just want to say to the viewers that both DJ and Gigi is praising Deepak Tangri, how he made such a change during the game. But it was only me, Tathagata, who put him in his first 11. And these are the experts who did not. So, I think I should be given some credit.
No, obviously you deserve all the credit. Kudos to you. Absolutely, none of us could understand this tactical game, but obviously, in my defense at least, that problem in the midfield was exposed in the second half.
Yes.
Deepak Tangri did not have any answers in the second half.
I want to ask you, DJ, that how did Australia counter Stimac in the second half? Because from the very beginning of the second half, we see an obvious impetus from the Australian players. They tried to play through the middle, They had a combination play in the left wing of their play. How do you think that Australia countered?
First half, even I was surprised Australia were trying to play long balls and they were not able to cross our defenders. Sandesh was huge in the box. Second half they started changing the plan and they understood from the right side they are not able to penetrate, so they started all the attacks from the left side and then it broke through and is like first goal at what time they scored.
It was in the 50th minute.
Yeah, so the plan was very clear from Arnold. The message was very clear from Arnold. You have to score as early as possible because if we go late, then you saw what happened in the first half, right? It was like 11 man in the box, and we were holding our fort till our breath. So and today, I already appreciate it. I appreciate Changte. He contributed more in the our defensive half, and also whenever he gets the ball, you see the spark. But yes, Australia changed the plan, changed the game in the second half, and they got the result.
I just want to add here in the second half, Jackson Irvine.
Yes.
In the midfield, he was immense.
Along with that goodwill.
He was instrumental in the first goal. He was instrumental in the entire wave of Australian attacks, and the Indian midfield could not deal with him. And I think Arvind completely changed the game, and the left back supporting him. Also, yes, and backers from the right, he was constantly playing, shifting the ball to the left. And this shift in play, this pace, the Indian team could not.
They were trying to move the Indian team from the left to right and then again right to left.
And creating a hole on
that only created the space for the eventual who gave the assist, McGree. He came on as a substitute and made the right half space his own. And he owned first Apuya and then ran past Subhasis. I think it was his only mistake, Subhasis, during the whole match.
Yes. And if we talk about the second goal, the assist and the goal, both of them were made by substitute players. And I think this should bring us the substitutes, how the Australian coach made meaningful substitutes. And all the substitutes contributed to eventual goals.
Yes.
The Indian coach, Igor Stimac, I think whether he is lacking resource, whether he is lacking that intent, or probably he was trying to consolidate the 1 goal or 2 goal gap. He was not willing to take the chance and concede 3 or 4 goals. I don't know the exact reason, but the substitutes were extremely late.
DJ, what do you think about the late substitution? Why did it take Stimac so much time to bring on the players like Naure?
I think most.
So Akash Mishra was brought in for Liston Kulas.
Liston Kulas. Yes.
Liston Kulas brought in for Sudesh, and then later Mahesh brought in for Chante, and Vikram Pratap Singh brought in for Sunil
Chhetri. Yes.
Yeah, but again, most of the players were giving their all in the field, right? So I would not say late, but yes, Kulaso, Vikram Pratap Singh, Akash Mishra, Thapa all brought some speed. So yeah, they could have come a bit early, but this was David versus Goliath, right? So I'm happy. I'm happy again. I'm saying repeatedly. I'm saying that this we do not have any match with this Aussie side. So the boys, the players, whatever they have performed, it was immense.
We are very proud actually of our boys. Actually, we are disappointed because no one gave India any chance. But from the first up, they made us believe.
Yes, and
we can do it.
And also the Australian team, I think they lacked creativity in front of the goal in the first half. Also in the second half, they lacked creativity, and the Indian team in the second half, the way the waves of attacks were coming, they eventually would have received or conceded 1 goal. I don't think we could have made a clean sheet. So yes, 2-0 I don't think is a bad result. it should be heartening for the boys that they have come out with a 2-0 defeat.
So before I sign off, I'd like to take a couple of names from Australian side as well. You mentioned Arvin, then
Yes.
Keanu was
Aziz.
brilliant,
Keanu was
in
brilliant,
the
yes.
midfield, and in my opinion, man of the match is Craig Goodwin, who was playing on the left side.
Goodwin, yes. He was the instrument behind all the goals.
So
He created so many space for other Australian players.
yes, so I think before signing off, I am hoping that next game would be draw or we win as we discussed earlier, and then a win against Syria. So we are still in the tournament. We are very much in.
Before you sign off, DJ, I want to ask you, both you and Gigi favored Australia to win the tournament. After the first match, what is your reaction? Do you think they can still win the whole thing?
They can. I saw yesterday's match between Qatar and Lebanon. Qatar is not going to win this tournament. I'm telling you. But Australian side, second half, how they played, I think yes. You guys mentioned before, like they were a bit surprised, and the overall gameplay was not correct in the first half. So
Yes, also DJ, before you sign off finally, one important question: how was the atmosphere on the field?
Yes.
And
Yes,
how was the
yes.
support?
We forgot to mention that, right? We should have mentioned this in the very beginning. Impressive crowd of 36,250 fans, 250 around fans, and 90% of them are Indians. You are in an away game, and then you are getting this support in a football match, not in a cricket match. So it's great to see Indian football is going through.
And it was also great to see the Indian fans trying to make a Mexican wave when the team was losing by 2 goals. So it was very heartening to see the supporters.
Yeah, hardening, but they were also at the end. I was clicking photos of the fans, players also. They were also saying the same thing, because everyone was a bit afraid whether we are going to concede 5-6 goals against this mighty Australian side. But 2-0, they are going home with a positive mindset, and they will be back again against Uzbekistan, I'm for sure. This tournament, whenever India will come to play, India will get a full house support in Doha.
Okay, DJ, wishing you all the best. You keep covering the entire tournament for us. You keep bringing in inside news of whatever is going on there. And till then, we would like to end formally this episode with TD.
Yes, we have never asked you, the audience, to like, share and subscribe, but this time I'm going to ask you, as the Indian team performed very well, beyond our expectations, please like, share and subscribe to PixelSports, and we will be back with the match against Uzbekistan, and DJ will be also with us. So still then, Tata, goodbye, stay wild.